It's the 2K Sports pregame show, presented by Kia.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Love is in the air.
I got to shout out my wife. Happy Valentine's Day, baby. I love you, Gwendolyn. Happy Valentine's Day.
And to the lovely Cheryl Ann as well.
Okay.
Love in the air here in the 2K studios.
Love in the afternoon.
Don't you think? You can just feel it, can't you, Cheryl?
I don't have a wife. She didn't ask me to marry her yet.
This is Shaq and this is Kenny. Tonight we'll see the Toronto Raptors as they play against the Chicago Bulls. Looking at the Bulls, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And a chance to check out Kyle Lowry here, one of the more underrated guards in the league. But he is as tough a matchup as you will find.
I call him the little pit bull. You know, I actually seen him, the late, great Eggman, who was assistant general manager in Memphis at the time, introduced me to him. Fantastic leader, tons of passion, great will to win. Doesn't get enough credit, man, and he shoots the 3-ball just with anybody in the league.
Took him a long time to become an all-star, but now you can pretty much pencil him in.
That's right, Ernie. And when he gets a hot hand, he can absolutely take over a game with his shooting. And his passer reminds me of my main man, Pistol Pete Maravich, straight out of LSU.
Wow, that'll do it for now. Almost time for tip. Here's Kevin Harlan.
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower and the rest of downtown Chicago lighting up the sky. And thank you for joining us for this Valentine's Day presentation of the NBA. It's a matchup you're going to love right here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. We're live at the United Center where the Chicago Bulls have home court advantage. You look at the Raptors. They like their chances, but this could be a tough game for them. Facing up against a talented roster, they'll have to show that they're the better team.
And I think for Toronto, they're in good shape in the standings with the postseason on the horizon. Maybe a notch below where we thought they'd be.
They're not the powerhouse that I thought they'd be. Still a very strong team. Don't get me wrong, but maybe not a championship team.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, DeMar DeRozan is a great dribble penetrator, but three-pointers are not his focus. He said, I feel like I can get to the basket at will, so it feels like settling. Instead, I could have gotten fouled, got free throws, or an easier shot. I'm not discrediting the three-pointer at all. I know I can shoot it. I just don't. Kevin?
And three-pointers certainly on the rise. We'll see if he sticks to his guns. DA, thank you. And here at the midway point of the season, the infamous rookie wall can become an issue for the younger players in the game. Was that an issue for you?
You know, I was hard-headed, Kevin. I said, rookie wall, I'll be fine. Around middle of January, ooh, did I hit it.
Did you really?
You feel it.
What are the effects? What are the things, the warning signs?
It feels like you're walking in quicksand. You know, you're jumping, your time, and everything is gone.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So the Raptors 5 right now. Inside, it's Patterson by Valanciunas. DeRozan and Carroll are out on the wings. And it's Lowry in at the 1. And with the Bulls, there are so many great moments to choose from. But in your view, Steve, what do you think is the defining moment for this Bulls franchise?
From a playing standpoint, you can't help but think of when Michael Jordan hit the game-winning shot to win the finals over Byron Russell. First title over the Lakers was right up there, too. But that one's the biggest one for me.
Both good from the line that time.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
Lowry with the ball. Passes it to DeRozan. To the middle. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Shot clock at 5. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
DeMar DeRozan, one of the best in the business in knocking down the mid-range jump shot.
Here's Carter Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis.
He did a great job distributing the ball to his guys, too. He got everyone involved.
On defense, Chicago. Last time they met was right here, and they came out with a win.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
They forced the issue and made the defense hack them to death last game. I'm sure they'll try to mirror that same attack in this one.
And here are the Bulls now, coming off that loss against the Timberwolves.
And one of the factors, Kevin, that really hurt them in that game, the lack of success at the foul line. We all know how much those free throw woes can cost you.
Yeah, they really cost themselves there for sure. You have to make those shots. You just have to.
Back to Lopez. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams.
You love the way Robin Lopez just goes after those missed shots. That's where he can do damage.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Pass to Valanciunas. Patterson a screen on Butler. Carroll passes to DeRozan. Takes the three. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's his first foul.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
The Bulls have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Lopez outside. Kicks it to Wade. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
His whole career, Wade has been making shots like that through contact. Great stuff.
And a lot of players who play like Wade will have brief careers due to the stress it puts on their body. You know, Greg, Wade has had his share of injuries in his time in the NBA, but he is still putting up big numbers despite all the bumps and bruises.
That's a great point. Undersized guards take a beating when they are attacking the basket. Wade has missed a lot of games, but he's been healthy when it matters most. He's also done a good job to adjust his game to be a danger when he's not barreling through the lane.
Now Butler, following the miss by Kyle Lowry from deep. Carter Williams kicks to Lopez. Feeds it to Butler. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Chance now to take a look at the steal numbers over the last couple months. The scope of that for Patterson.
I feel like he hasn't been paying as much attention to the defensive aspect of the game as he needs to. His steals have dropped over the past few months, and he needs to get back some of that fire on D.
Raptors trail by 3. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
And they need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Screened by Valanciunas. He tries for 3. Raptors get it back. And here's Lowry. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Detroit.
And also, he competed on the backboards. That also had a lot to do with the game.
The Bulls leading by 3. Butler with the ball. Lowry picks him up. Butler, no good. For Toronto, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. Lowry kicks to DeRozan. The offensive rebound. Patterson, that's good.
The activity level from Patterson is what makes him such an impact on the floor.
Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Lopez kicks to Wade. Shoots from 12. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
2. Oh, the officials are all over that one.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Yeah, he's averaging 80% from the line, and he has been as steady as they come at the strike.
First one falls for him.
Dwayne Wade at the stripe. How many times have we said that before? He lives there.
Corey Joseph's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And both free throws good for Wade. Raptors trail by 3. Lowry dishes to Joseph. Screened by Valanciunas. Carter Williams against Lowry. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Patterson, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Active footwork from Patterson, helping him get the rebound.
Toronto shooting their first free throw of the evening. That one drops. He ties it up.
Just a solid player, Patrick Patterson. Comes off the bench, but he also can play starters minutes. Slightly undersized, but finds a way to get it done.
Now here's Lopez. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Timberwolves in Minneapolis. The shot by Carter Williams, nobody around. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
A beautiful ball movement by Jimmy Butler, constantly looking to set up his guys.
And with Patterson, the Kentucky product, he's very comfortable both inside and outside on the offensive end.
Yes, also as a starter coming off the bench, but I think he's more effective coming off the bench. He brings instant offense for his team.
The Raptors have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
The Bulls have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Lowry has the open look. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Bulls shooting to start out this game about 43%. Well, they're passing to Carter Williams. Back to Butler. Gibson the screen. Clock at 6. Out to Wade. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Raptors. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
And look at what they did in the fourth quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
Wade missing again. Raptors shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Carter Williams kicks to Gibson and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
You see the length of Valanciunas on display with that block. Just went up and got it.
Bulls shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
That free throw good from Lopez.
You can win a lot of games with a great backcourt. The Raptors arguably have the best backcourt in the Eastern Conference. Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, both all-stars. They're physical, and they like to attack smaller guards.
And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And Lowry and DeRozan, with over 4 seasons of experience playing together, they've developed a great chemistry.
On and off the court, they're close friends. And as serious and intense as they are on the court, they are just as playful off the court. Just like brothers, they're always poking at each other.
And so the ball goes out of bounds. Lopez touched it last. So it's Toronto now. They trail by 3. Here's Carroll. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
Carroll doesn't throw it down too often, but he's more than capable, as he showed there.
Now Wade. He's got 5. Lopez kicks to Carter Williams. The rebound by Patterson.
See, when you're going into the teeth of the defense, you have to go harder. Soft lay-in won't cut it.
Now here's Joseph. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Pass to Carroll. Patterson a screen on Carter Williams. Shot clock at 3. Patterson can't get it to go.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Wade outside. Back to Carter Williams. Lopez, a screen on Lowry. Carter Williams. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Steve, growing up in Michigan, playing for the Spartans of Michigan State, I know you admired, I know you idolized the terrific Magic Johnson. Standing 6'7", 6'8", you even drew some comparisons. Who in today's NBA do you think reminds you most of Magic now?
You know, I would say there's so many guys, but I would say Sean Livingston a little bit, Draymond Green, Kyle Anderson, we call him slow-mo. But I would probably say right now, Draymond Green, kind of the same size, play the same way, and also he went to Michigan State as well.
Yeah, there's another Spartan for you. And Tom Izzo does a pretty good job, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's all right.
Timeout.
It's been this way for a long time, but once again, the Bulls were #1 in fan attendance in the NBA at the United Center. Such great support from Chicago, who Steve, continue to fill up this great arena every time out.
There's no question Chicago Bulls fans are some of the best in the business. Give a lot of credit to those Michael Jordan Bulls. This team has had a following for years and years.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Robin Lopez.
And all right, a chance to check out stats for Rajon Rondo. How his last 10 games have gone. He's around 6 points per game, 6 assists, and 3 rebounds. And his playmaking really stands out, making his teammates better offensively with his terrific passing.
Raptors trail by 3. Joseph dishes to Powell. He kicks to Nogueira. He feeds it to Ross. Sullinger the screen. Joseph with the ball. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Let's take a quick look at the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. Creating points off turnovers have been the calling card for these teams. In fourth, the Raptors.
You know, when you make a mistake against this team, they make you pay. I mean, because they convert those turnovers into fast break points, and that really can be demoralizing.
Now here's Rondo. He's covered by Joseph. The 3. And there's Mirotic on the assist by Rondo. And the Bulls lead by 6.
When Mirotic gets free beyond the arc, he is letting it fly. Just a knockdown shooter who loves stroking the 3 ball.
And Joseph kicks to Ross. It's hauled in by the Bulls.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. The Bulls have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. The free throw drops for McDermott. And the Raptors with a die-hard fan base. The fan support only getting stronger as they've become a consistent factor in the Eastern Conference.
This team is unique in the NBA. They represent the entire nation of Canada. Toronto's the league's 5th largest market. A lot of fans from far and wide tuning in and rooting them on.
Sullinger with the bucket. The Bulls leading by 7. Outside Rondo. Down low. Here's McDermott. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And with Chicago and the Bulls, it seems that no matter what the current team does, they'll always be playing in the shadow of his airness, Michael Jordan.
Tough act to follow when you talk about the Michael Jordan Chicago Bulls. Every great player that Bulls have, they get compared to Michael Jordan. That's just not fair.
The first free throw is good.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
The Raptors has embraced a physical style of play. Strong on the glass, forcing a lot of turnovers, and offensively, they live at the free throw line.
Now here's Ross, looking for his first basket still in this one. Powell, the pass to Ross. They get it again, and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the threes and the twos last season for Chicago.
It seems like they found a nice middle ground here. There's some long range, some inside the arc. That kind of offensive versatility makes it really tough for a team to defend.
Here's Chicago. They're on a 16-7 run. And as you always say, the Raptors play tough, but they also play under control.
That's the key. They force turnovers and they draw fouls, but don't commit them at the other end. The sign of a well-coached team, it gives them a huge advantage.
Just 4 to shoot. And again, Chicago, no good. Raptors trail by 9. Powell kicks to Joseph. It's Nogueira top of the key. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Mirotic. Stats on him, he's averaging 9 points a game. Zipser, the pass to Rondo. They set the pick. Here's Zipser. Outside for Rondo. And the shot falls short this time. The Raptors shooting just 35% to start the game. And there's the feed to Ross. Joseph dishes to Nogueira. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Rondo kicks to Mirotic. Back to Rondo. To the wing right side. McDermott, no one around him. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. And that's now 7 points for Doug McDermott. And Joseph kicks to Ross. Back to Joseph. Here's the screen. Back to Ross. Shot to stop the drought. The shot, no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Rondo passes to Zipser. He dishes it to Rondo. And there's the pass to Zipser. Here's Mirotic. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Now here's Joseph. He's covered by Rondo. Knocks down the 3 ball. Ross has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
When he gets a good look at the basket, Ross has no problem drilling a 3.
Rondo kicks to Portis. The dish now to Mirotic. From deep. The long distance 3 is buried. Mirotic has got 6 points.
And a huge lead here early to start.
The game plan is working to perfection so far. Didn't take them any time to get into rhythm.
Now here's Nogueira. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Ross, that's good.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the 3 ball with one of their own.
Gave up a little momentum and then grabbed it right back.
And here's Rondo. He's coming off a 10-point game against Minnesota.
He did a great job distributing the ball to his guys, too. He got everyone involved.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
And who needs to warm up? They didn't.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Bulls lead by 10. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And a chance to hear from point guard Kyle Lowry about the chemistry of this Raptors team. They're all pulling in the same direction.
You know, we got a group of guys who came in and bought into the offensive system, the defensive system, and it just clicked. And we got a bunch of guys in here who only want to see each other be successful, and it's rare in this league to have a team like that.
The question is whether or not that team unity, as rare as it is making a difference for the Raptors. Does it make Kyle Lowry any better? Do they just give it more time?
I mean, you could argue it square or you could argue it round, Kevin, because it's worked both ways. Teams that couldn't stand one another have won rings, and tight-knit groups who were like brothers have as well. So there's no one way or magic formula.
And we resume our Valentine's Day broadcast. Glad to have you with us. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
And they really are just giving them no breathing room out there. They have completely flustered them and set the pace of this game in their favor.
Mirotic at the power forward with Lopez in the middle. D-Wade out there with Rajon Rondo, and it's Butler in at the small forward position. That's the Bulls 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now here's Lowry after Dwayne Wade's miss. Now Lowry still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
And if you're the defense, you probably should sag off him right now because he's not knocking down anything.
Now here's Patterson. Dishes to Lowry. Patterson, the screen. Wade against DeRozan. Shoots from 12. And the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Bulls, Gibson comes in for Mirotic, and Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Rajon Rondo. And the Raptors also making a change. Carroll's checked in. The Bulls leading by 10. And one thing DeMar DeRozan, Steve, has become great at is running that high pick and roll with the big, usually something a point guard does, but DeRozan is very deadly in that set.
I love him because he's comfortable handling the basketball out top, does a nice job of coming off the pick and roll, gets to his spot to raise up, and you know if he gets all the way to the rim, he can challenge any big in this league.
It's stolen by Carter-Williams. Near the three-point line, it's Wade. And again, Chicago, no good. Raptors trail by 10 to the inside. And Patterson kicks to DeRozan. Screened by Valanciunas. Puts up a 3. DeRozan's shot is off.
If you're trying to figure out why these guys can't catch up, his inconsistent shooting is a good place to start.
Shot's good from Butler.
No wasted time on that catch and shoot. Pretty much nothing you can do if he gets it off that quick.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Patterson setting the pick for Carroll. Passes it to DeRozan. True on the 14-footer. DeRozan's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
Carter-Williams dishes to Wade. Lopez passes to Wade. Gibson setting the pick for Wade. Just 5 to shoot. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Dwayne Wade has always been dangerous in the pick and roll, and like a fine wine, he's only getting better.
Toronto calls timeout. And now on the 2K leaderboard, the real stats, real scores from the real NBA. These are the best free throw shooting teams in the league. 5th, the Raptors.
You know, it's really a team-wide talent. You want to foul to stop layups, but against them, you're not saving much. They'll make you pay time and again.
So it's Toronto now. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Butler against Carroll. The Bulls keep it alive. Lopez tries yet again, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And Lopez doing whatever he can to get himself to the line.
And Steve, the screen roll, such a fundamental play in NBA offenses. Who are the best roll men, do you think, in the NBA?
DeAndre Jordan does a nice job. Tristan Thompson. Anthony Davis is a guy who can screen and roll and gets out of it pretty quick. Blake Griffin does a nice job. So a lot of different bigs being able to set to pick. And it's huge. You can't lumber. You got to set to pick, pivot, and roll quickly.
Valanciunas up at Toronto does that well, too, when healthy.
Does. When healthy.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
Dwayne Casey's one of those guys. Watching him coaching his Raptors, he has passion on the sideline. He works extremely hard. He's such a competitor, pacing up and down on the sideline. Dwayne Casey is a hard worker.
Here's Carter Williams after Toronto got the three-pointer. Pass to Lopez. T-Wade on the wing. Lopez, a screen on DeRozan. With a floater, Lopez, no luck. And Steve Casey has made hard work the mantra of his team. And for his own coaching style, at the end of the day, he says it's about outworking the other team in every way.
Well, that's Dwayne Casey. Defense, defense, hard working. That's his mantra, and that's what he lives by.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Here's Patterson. He's got 5, just 3 to shoot. Over Gibson.
Whenever Gibson is nearby, shooters are going to think twice. Just an incredible defensive player with a great feel for the game.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we know Jimmy Butler made a big bet on himself back in 2014. He turned down the Bulls' 4-year, $44 million contract extension offer, and it paid off. After a breakthrough season, he signed a new contract, a max deal for 5 years and $95 million. Instead of his decision, I was nervous, I'm not going to lie to you, but everything I put myself through, I knew what I was capable of.
He's come a long way, David. Thank you.
Love the aggression that Valanciunas showed there. He welcomed the contact inside to get to the line.
The Raptors have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Toronto is such an explosive offense. They can torch you in so many ways. Steve, how do you contain the Raptors?
Well, they play such a slow pace. Some people don't realize the efficiency of this offense. I think the main key is you have to try to keep them off the free throw line. That's a huge part of their offensive attack.
Valanciunas hits them both.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter. We won't see a hack of Val anytime soon.
And it goes out of bounds. And last touch by Carter Williams. Raptors trail by 11. Carroll with a screen on Wade. Screen by Valanciunas. Wade against Lowry. Outside DeRozan. Patterson a screen on Butler. Gibson with the steal. Fires the 3. And Butler gets it to go on the assist by Wade. Butler's got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls. Lowry kicks to Patterson. Screened by Valanciunas. Here's DeRozan, and he comes off the screen to bury the jump shot. DeRozan's got 4 points in the quarter.
beautiful screen right there from Valanciunas. He is not an easy guy to get around.
Carter Williams dishes to Gibson. Lopez a screen. Carter Williams the pass to Lopez. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second. And Smitty, we have a question sent in by one of our viewers. This is from Quinn up in Green Bay, Wisconsin. He asks, they were wondering what you'd like to do in the offseason to decompress from basketball, to get away from it.
You know, physically, I like to do a little yoga, like to swim, and I think something challenging. I love to play golf because that humbles me. I'm still not good at it, Kevin, but I keep going at it.
And you have fun doing it.
I do. I have a lot of fun. You know why? No scorecard. Not at all.
But once a competitor, always, right? You can't lose that edge.
No, not at all. So that's the one thing I like about it is me versus the ball versus the hole, and they're winning right now.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
They should consider trying to get closer to the basket. Right now, the shots they are attempting are just clanking off the basket.
And we take a look here at the shot chart.
Well, he has turned in a complete offensive performance so far, and he isn't through yet. I mean, you have to admire the work rate he's put in to get open on every trip. Even when he isn't the one scoring, he is affecting the defense as they have to gravitate towards him.
Patterson with it. Butler covering, and Lowry has it in the corner. There's the triple. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Well, Lowry will never hesitate to take a three. It's a big part of his arsenal.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Lopez sets a screen for Wade. Off the pick. Carroll with the rebound.
His shot's been inconsistent tonight, but teammates are picking up the slack, keeping them ahead in the score.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Here's Valanciunas. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Butler dishes to Wade. For three. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Carroll kicks to Valanciunas. And that one is good. Valanciunas has got 4 points this quarter.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Feeds to Lopez. Lopez a screen on Carroll. Butler kicks to Lopez. The basket drops and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
And you're going to have to foul Robin Lopez harder than that. He's just too strong.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Sullinger's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Nogueira comes in for Patrick Patterson. Powell, he's checked in for Damari Carroll. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Steve, when you watch Jimmy Butler play, you have to pay attention at all times. He can just explode on a moment's notice and completely take over a game.
I just love Jimmy Butler on the offensive end. He came into this league known as a defender, hard work. But when no Derrick Rose, he turned into a guy that can score the basketball and counted on that end.
It's as if the defense just let him go.
I think, you know what? He sniffed out the opportunity on the break. That's called cherry picking.
Kicks it to Nogueira. Powell with it. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. DeRozan passes to Sullinger. The Bulls leading by 12, and it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way.
And let's take a moment here to see some of the numbers for DeMar DeRozan. He's averaging 28 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. And the numbers, while pretty outstanding, I mean, we've now come to expect that from this guy.
Now here's Joseph. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And let's take this chance now to look at the real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. Here are the league's leading scorers. Fifth best, DeMar DeRozan.
And his contribution to his team offensively cannot be understated. He is always leading the way for them with his ability to put up points.
Here's Zipser. Lopez outside. Pass to Carter Williams. Unloads from 13. Nogueira pulls it in. Raptors trail by 12. Here's Powell. It's Nogueira top of the key. Got a piece of it. McDermott with the steal. He kicks it to Carter Williams. Stolen by Joseph. Out to the right wing. Sullinger inside. Lopez is there. Now here's Sullinger. Lopez covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Sullinger a screen on Carter Williams. Nice work there coming off the screen.
Not the best pick I've ever seen, but it was just enough to get the job done.
Lopez sets a screen for Carter Williams. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Carter Williams has got 5 points so far. And Joseph kicks to Powell. Up top, Sullinger. Raptors moving the ball around. Tries it from the top of the key. DeRozan's shot is off.
How anyone could give him that much room from his spot is crazy, but the defender got away with it.
Here's Zipser, guarded by Powell. Lopez outside. He feeds it to Carter Williams. Second shot opportunity, and he lays it up and in. Lopez has got the lead up to 14 now for the Bulls.
And they've been working hard on the offensive glass here in the second, and it's paying dividends. They're getting a lot of second chance points.
Now here's DeRozan. 26 points for him last game against Detroit.
And no one on defense could stay in front of him. He continually got pummeled and kept getting back to the stripe.
Now here's Carter Williams following the miss by DeRozan. To the paint, here's Portis. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Chicago making some changes. Mirotic is checked in for Lopez. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Michael Carter Williams. Ross is checked in for the Raptors. And the free throw, no good.
Bobby Portis, the Arkansas product, I just love his game. What he does best, he's very physical, but he has the ability to step out with a finesse game to knock down some jump shots.
Chicago with the ball. The Raptors knocking down the tray. And there's McDermott. That's good on the assist by Rondo. Rondo's got his 4th assist in this one. Joseph dishes to Powell. The feed now to Nogueira. And stolen by Mirotic. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. And Chicago has possession. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of the game. And Portis has shown flashes of just how good he can be in a short time in the NBA, has the potential to be a do-it-all power forward, and how he can shoot, move, and he creates for others.
When you watch him, his body size, you say power forward, he'll be down in the paint. He loves to do that, but he has the ability, like you say, off the dribble and to create for himself, and he can knock down the jump shot.
And here's McDermott. He's coming off a 16-point game against Minnesota. Nice shot by Portis. And the Bulls lead by 19.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
Second chance points can kill you. You must concentrate on the defensive glass.
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. It's the Bulls as they end the second quarter with a massive 16-5 run. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Fred Hoiberg. Coach, your team set the tone defensively in that first half. What stood out to you most at that end of the floor?
Just overall activity. We had active hands. We got a lot of deflections. That led to some run-out, easy baskets for us.
Coach, we'll see if they still have that energy in the second half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what an amazing performance the hometown fans are witnessing here tonight. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. Chicago holding the upper hand after the first two quarters. They are dominating the scoring, leading by 19. Kenny, what's your take?
Well, they built this lead in large part because of the sharpshooters off the bench. The subs played a superb game. Get it? Subs, superb. Oh, I'm rolling tonight. I mean, they played like starters.
Shaq, let's get your insight on Toronto.
This reminds me of myself. They're just giving away points from the free throw line. It's hard to keep pace when you keep putting guys on the line over and over. Being physical is fine, but they were out of control, way too reckless.
And it's just about time now for the third quarter to get underway. We'll see you after the game.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. We've seen Robin Lopez really having a great game.
He's just been terrific. This is what they needed from him.
He's played like a man possessed right now, and his team is thriving as a result.
Raptors trail by 19, setting the floor for the Raptors. Carroll and Patterson in at the small and power forward. The explosive pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the backcourt. And it's Sellinger in at the center.
Look at the focus in DeRozan's eyes on that shot. A guy right in his face, but he had no problem finishing it.
With the teardrop, and two shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. That one is off. And the Raptors making a change here. Valanciunas is checked in. That one is no good.
DeMarre Carroll, the Alabama product, pretty much a specialist when you start talking about a guy on the defensive end. Now you have to add to his repertoire a guy that can knock down the three ball.
The Bulls leading by 17. Here's Carter Williams. Another shot. No good from Wade.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
No, not at all. When you see him guarding you, just try to move the basketball on.
Now here's DeRozan. Valanciunas, good. Valanciunas has got his third basket of the night. And Carroll is a prototypical 3 and D player. Shoots just under 40% most years from deep, and you cannot ignore his defense.
No, not at all. He's one of the best in the business on the ball and off the ball. He uses his length and his quickness to be able to guard those terrific wing players.
Here's Patterson. They get the rebound. DeRozan goes back up, and it's good on the way in. DeRozan's got 12 in the game.
You like the way that DeMar DeRozan stuck with the play. A lot of guards will shy away from the contact when you have to go to the offensive glass.
Lopez, a screen on Lowry. Carter Williams, the pass to Lopez.
So a moment now to see the story on Michael Carter Williams. How last month turned out for him, putting up about 10 points a night, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Sullinger's checked in for the Raptors. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time.
And that makes it 0 for 3 coming out of the half. Not what they wanted or were expecting.
And with that, the Chicago lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Patterson.
Patterson showing some great sense of timing to get the score inside.
Here's Carter Williams. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Lopez a screen. Butler kicks to Lopez. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
That's the shot they were looking for. After 3 straight misses coming out of the break, let's see if that sparks a rally.
Shot 7 of 12 from the charity stripe in this one.
Definitely not making the most of his chances at the foul line.
That free throw good from Lopez. Raptors trail by 15. Now Lowry. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Outside Carroll. Rebound by Butler. Bulls have gotten just 1 of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Wade's got 3 assists now in this one.
Timeout.
Toronto
Timeout.
calls timeout.
Start it.
And let's take a look at the numbers for Kyle Lowry. 9th in assists, 9th in 3-point field goal percentage, and he's right up there in the top 20 in scoring. Certainly a force to be reckoned with offensively.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And DeRozan kicks to Carroll. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Carroll doesn't get to the line too often, but he did a good job to draw the foul on that play.
First trip to the line for him here. And he knocks down the first one.
DeMarre Carroll doesn't get to the line a terrible amount of times for a wing player, but you know what you like about him? When he gets there, he can convert them.
Carroll hits them both. Here's Carter Williams. He's got 5. Lopez outside. Here's Butler. Basket good. Butler's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Really good shooting night for him, doing everything he can to help his team stretch this lead.
Lowry dishes to Carroll. There's the pass to DeRozan. Trying his luck deep. The Raptors rebound. That shot is off. Chicago leading by 18. Butler passes to Carter Williams. He dishes it to Lopez. Pass to Wade. Again, Chicago.
If you let Wade get the ball that deep, there really isn't anything you can do.
Outside Lowry. 17-foot shot on the way. That doesn't go either for DeRozan. Wade outside. Here's Carter Williams. Toronto grabs the miss. DeRozan's got 3 rebounds now in this one. There's the dish to Lowry. Shot from free throw range. They get it back.
Not the best shot right there with a good defender draped all over you.
No, not at all. When you see him guarding you, just try to move the basketball on.
Now here's Carter Williams. Deflects the pass. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good by Lopez.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Here's DeRozan. He's got 12. Sullinger is screen on Butler. Here's DeRozan. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
Really bad mental lapse by the defense, yet he did not make them pay, surprisingly.
Gibson setting a pick for Carter Williams. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Carter Williams has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
That explains the gap on the scoreboard, attacking offense against a defense that's far too relaxed.
And it doesn't even draw iron.
Right now, he's trying to find the mark. Unfortunately, he's starting to feel a little bit desperate.
Beyond the arc. The second chance effort. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And let's use this break to check out a group of the NBA's best defenders recently. The shooting guards averaging the most steals per game for the past month. Number 1, Jimmy Butler. Second is Dwayne Wade.
And this is a very intense group. I mean, those steals don't come by accident. I mean, they've gotten them through the effort, and they're willing to expend that kind of energy on that aspect of the game.
You'll never find any of those guys sitting back and letting their guard down for a single moment. That's for sure. They're out there looking for every opportunity to make an impact defensively.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for Chicago. And Toronto also making a switch. Ross is checked in for Sullinger. Both free throws good from Lopez. Toronto's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. DeMar DeRozan on the wing. Wade is covering. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
Yeah, the offense seems completely in disarray.
They're not on the same page. They look totally lost out there. He never takes a break on any possession. He is ruthless on the offensive side of the floor.
And you look over the career of Dwayne Wade. He was initially a slasher, but he's improved his shot and pull-up jumper immensely. And even has become a threat from deep if you give him space.
And the Bulls making a change here. Mirotic is checked in. That's good from Wade. Thinking again about how Wade's skills have evolved over the years, his offensive game has grown immensely since his rookie season.
And it's why he will go down as one of the all-time greats. His work ethic in improving his game. Fantastic post-up player as a guard. Wade's ability to score in any fashion is what makes him one of the great closers in our game.
Here's Wade. Patrick Patterson picking up that last bucket. Outside Gibson. Dishes to Butler. Out to Wade. Gibson setting a pick for Wade. And again, no good by Chicago.
One made three for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And DeRozan kicks to Patterson. Outside Lowry. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Rondo.
In a moment here, let's check out the numbers for Jimmy Butler. Over the last month, he has been spectacular, putting up about 22 points per, 5 assists, and just over 2 steals. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
DeRozan.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
Rondo kicks to Wade. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
See, that's a good look from within his range. You know he's kicking himself for missing it.
And finished off by DeRozan.
Keep your head on a swivel with DeRozan on the floor. He'll finish way up top with an alley-oop.
Rondo kicks to Butler.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Jimmy Butler is known for his offensive now, but he was initially known for his D. Still a great defender in this league, was named to the second team All-Defense in 2016.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Butler. And for Butler, Steve, his defense is something that he takes pride in. Hard to beat him in isolations on the perimeter.
The reason why Jimmy Butler has incredible blend of length and quickness. It's impossible at times to get around him on the drive. He's very active, and he slides his feet extremely well.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Nogueira's checked in for Patterson. Norman Powell comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Joseph. Pass to Carroll. Back to Joseph. Six to shoot. From deep. Good on the triple. Joseph's got 5 now. Chicago's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Now here's Rondo. Defense is right there. And again, no good by Chicago.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Ross kicks to Joseph. Back to Ross. Clock at 6. Nogueira dishes to Ross. From outside, off the mark. Chicago's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Fires from the wing. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. You take a look at the Raptors. They've had a great season and will look to extend that into the playoffs. And, of course, the Bulls, just a few spots below there.
And looking at Chicago, they've just lacked that one extra piece that could put them over the top this season. They haven't been able to kind of set themselves apart.
What they've done, they've kept themselves in the playoff picture, though. They haven't been spectacular, but they're still in the race. And we all know anything can happen in the postseason.
The Raptors need to get a shot off. And now the fast break. Rondo with the ball. Pass to Portis. Back to Rondo. 5 to shoot. Feeds it to Mirotic. Lets it go with a 3. Toronto grabs the miss. Nogueira's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And Joseph kicks to Powell. It's Nogueira top of the key. Here's Joseph. Hands it from short range. Joseph's got 7.
Outstanding job looking for his teammate and connecting with him with a flawless pass.
Outside Rondo. Portis kicks to Butler. Back to Portis. They need this one. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
This is his second trip to the free throw line.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
McDermott's checked in for Chicago. And Toronto also making a switch. Valanciunas, who's checked in for Damari Carroll. Free throw good. Portis. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
Now here's Butler. 13 points in the game. Portis, the pass to Butler. McDermott with the screen for Butler. Tries from 10. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
There's a certain level of concentration you have to have when your jump shot is being contested. Nothing phases Jimmy Butler.
Inside, it's tipped and stolen by Mirotic. For the 3. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Ross, that's good. 8 points for him.
That pass was a work of art right there.
1:10 left to play here in the third. Here's Zipser. Kicks it to Butler. Mirotic dishes to Butler. And the pass to Portis. Here's Mirotic. Misses the 3.
He started off solid. Had 2 threes at halftime, but blank from deep since.
Powell kicks to Valanciunas. Ross with it. 8 points for him. 5 on the clock. Now the feed to Valanciunas. Powell for 3. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Into the Bulls, shooting 47%, pretty solid. Passes to Portis. Down low, got a piece of it. Stolen by Joseph. He kicks it to Valanciunas. Here's Ross. No dice from the high post. Zipser. That one doesn't go. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's Chicago delivering the blowout. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Now let's take a listen on head coach Dwayne Casey.
They're playing harder, they're cutting harder, they're running harder, they're playing defense on us harder down here. We're kind of tiptoeing on our cuts. We got to up our level.
And Dwayne Casey imploring his guys to put forth a greater effort, feels they're getting out hustled.
That's right. I mean, the one thing coaches cannot stand is a lack of energy. Expect these guys to ramp it up from an intensity standpoint.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. They've got Isaiah Cannon. Portis is out there with McDermott. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Valentine in at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Now here's Ross. After the miss from Doug McDermott, there's the dish to Powell. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Nailed from three-point land.
Great vision there from Ross to find the open man.
Outside Rondo. Well, there have always been big markets and smaller markets in the NBA, but it seems, Steve, that the league has found a proper balance to give small markets or mid-markets a chance every year to succeed.
Yeah, I think so. I think players are doing a nice job right now in free agency. A lot of these guys are going to smaller markets, and when they're there, they're not changing. They're not running for the big lights anymore. So we kind of having a somewhat of a balance right now, Kevin.
Like LaMarcus Aldridge comes to mind. Could have gone to Los Angeles, wanted to, the Lakers wanted him badly. He chose a smaller market like San Antonio. Now, granted, a historically good franchise, but a smaller market.
Yeah, and I think guys are doing that. I think it's more about winning versus where you're playing and where you're staying.
Now here's Rondo. Right wing. They set the pick. Tries again. Back to Portis. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, easy call.
First free throw is good. So for the Bulls. Taj Gibson's checked in for Valentine. Dwayne Wade comes in for Cannon. And it's Carter Williams in for Rajon Rondo. Good on both. And a huge jump in the salary cap this season, Steve. And next year it really goes up by more than $40 million, probably in the next 2 years.
That's phenomenal.
Isn't that something?
And now a lot of these teams will get a chance to add even more players that can help their teams.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Taj Gibson's one of those players that's just always in the right place at the right time, never plays outside himself on either end. He just gives you effort every time out.
And with Gibson, you like that he can play as a starter or come off the bench. He's effective in both. He's comfortable in either role, as he's done both, Steve, for extended periods of time.
Because his mindset, whether starting or coming off the bench, is to play with energy, effort, and to defend. So any role, starter or off the bench, he thrives.
Lopez, he's checked in for Portis. And both free throws good from Gibson.
And they didn't shoot it very well from the line in the first half, but they've gotten much better since halftime, and it's helped them to secure the lead.
Now here is Lowry. And a miss there on the triple. And here's McDermott. He feeds it to Gibson. Here's Carter Williams. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
You know what? Didn't find a very good shot on that possession, but still able to get 2 points.
Outside Lowry. He dishes it to Carroll. And Patterson kicks to Lowry. Well, Smitty, the replay system becoming more and more a factor for NBA officiating these days. What do you think of the way it's playing out?
You know, I like it, Kevin. The only part I have a problem with is how much time is taken. I think they can get to an answer quickly. I'd be okay with it.
So you think it's slowing down the game unnecessarily?
Yeah, I think so a little bit. On certain plays, it's obvious what the call is. I think they got to get right to it.
Bulls making a switch here. Grant's checked in. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. No good from Ross. The Bulls have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Grant the pass to Lopez, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Lopez has got 24.
Great concentration from Lopez to absorb the contact and finish the play off anyway.
Defended by Gibson. Lowry, and count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Well, the one thing we know about Lowry, he isn't afraid of the big moment, for better or for worse. And Steve, when there is a game-deciding possession, he makes sure to either take the shot or certainly be active in the play.
What you love about Kyle Lowry is that he has a short memory. A bad play or missed shot does not deter him. He comes right back figuring he can make the next play, and he makes a lot of big shots for his team.
Well, you don't think dead-eye shooter, Steve, when you think of Kyle Lowry. That's exactly what he has been at that point guard position for most of his career. Very good shot from distance, and he can stretch out the D.
Ever since his days in Houston, Lowry has been working to improve his three ball. He's been taking over 5 a game for the last few seasons and hitting them at a great clip. Adding the three ball is what's taken him from being a starter on a team to an all-star in this league.
Goes back up. That's short off the rim.
You love the closeout on that possession.
I love it because you don't give up on the play. Just that little contest bothered his shot.
Now, here's Grant. Smitty, you've hit a lot of clutch shots in your career. What is it that allows certain players to remain cool and collected when their shot can decide the outcome of a game?
You know, a lot of guys talk about it. You can't let the game speed you up. And you can see some young guys and some veterans, they catch the basketball in their mind, they're starting to go faster. Really, on clutch shot, you really have to make the game slow down.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
First one falls for him.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Chicago making a switch here. Carter Williams is checked in. And he can't hit the second.
Kyle Lowry has always been so consistent at getting himself to the free throw line.
And with the long ball taken over, Smitty, we've heard some different suggestions, creating a 4-point line or widening the court to give a little more space for the corner. Any of those ideas work for you?
No, not at all.
You don't like
Kevin.
any of that, do you? No.
4-point play, widening the lane. What? I mean, easy.
Yeah.
That's enough. We're good right now.
Yeah. Carter Williams kicks to Wade. The three. And again, Chicago, no good. The Raptors have gone 4 of 10 here in the final period. Not the time to go cold. No good from Ross. The Bulls leading by 22. Knocks it loose. Ross with the steal. To the middle. Here's Patterson. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
I love how he's been more patient in this second half, shooting only the shots he feels he can make.
Carter Williams dishes to Gibson. Now here's McDermott. He's guarded by Ross to end the drought. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Well, the league last summer decided to implement new rules, Steve, to discourage the hack-a-shack intentional fouling. What'd you think?
You know what I like, Kevin, to see if we can get to a number during all quarters. If you get to a number, say, 15 team fouls. After that, no matter who it is, it's 2 shots and the ball. I think that will limit the hack-a-shack rule.
Possession would be a big factor.
Would be huge.
Yes. And the first one at the line is good. And he makes the first but misses the second. Raptors trail by 21. DeRozan in the corner. Offensive rebound. Here's Valanciunas. Now Lowry. Ross on the wing. Second chance shot. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got his 5th assist in this one. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line. Patterson, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. Damari Carroll's checked in for Patterson. And the Bulls making a change also. Butler's checked in. The free throw is off from Gibson.
You know, throughout his career, Taj Gibson has proven to be a valuable role player. Pretty good on both ends of the floor. Can do a little bit of everything.
Chicago leading by 21. Wade outside. Lopez a screen. A good look from Carter Williams. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
On the defensive end, you have to fight through screen. That is a commitment.
Valanciunas with a screen on Wade. DeRozan against Wade. Here's Valanciunas. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 16th rebound on the night. Now here's Carter Williams. Hey, Steve, we've seen more and more teams relying on high-powered offenses to lead them to wins. Is this just part of a cycle the league goes through, or is this the offensive revolution that we've been looking forward to and is well underway?
I think it's here to stay, Kevin. Reason why the rules have changed, and I think it favors the offense. No hand checking, no chucking. So ultimately you see more points on the board, Kevin.
I would think you would have loved to have played in this era of free-flowing basketball.
Yeah, you could take about 12, 15 threes a game. That would have been beautiful. Valanciunas, he'll show you flashes of dominance, and then sometimes you can't find him. Clearly the potential is there for him, and he feels consistently on the verge of breaking out.
And the first one drops. For Valanciunas, it isn't like his numbers aren't productive. He's come close to averaging a double-double for quite some time. You were talking about this the other day, Steve, but you just know that he can be so much more.
Yeah, sometimes it takes longer for big guys to develop. You have to be patient with a guy like Valanciunas. He's been in the league for a while now, but remember, he's still only 24 years old.
Both free throws good from Wade. And here are the Raptors now. Here's Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to Carroll. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Carroll has made big strides in that three-point shot over the course of his career.
The Bulls leading by 22. Wade with it. Steve, we're seeing less and less isolation offense these days. In your experience, who is tougher to guard, an isolation scorer or a guy who's playing off the ball and running you through a bunch of screens?
The one thing about a guy running off screens, Kevin, at the end I can say, oh, I'm a little tired, I'm behind the play. Hey, switch. So I think for me, guarding a guy,
you've got him.
Isolation plays, you're on that island by yourself, you're looking around. The ISO play is the one that's harder individually.
The free throw drops for Carter Williams. Both teams deciding to change it up. Carter Williams hits them both.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And Joseph kicks to Valanciunas. Sullinger the screen. Back to Valanciunas from 12 feet out. And it's good off the back rim and in.
Valanciunas has a look from the mid-range. He is very comfortable taking it.
And here is Carter Williams. To the middle. Here's Gibson. That one, no good. Nice D from Valanciunas. Now Joseph dishes it to Valanciunas. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Valanciunas over the last few years has always been pretty good offensively, and also now on the defensive end, he's a guy that's not a liability. He has taken large strides to improve in that area.
Looking at Valanciunas and his defense, he seems to be a lot more decisive in his action, Steve. Seems like a small thing, but that means so much at his level.
Yeah, Jonas is not hesitant on the rotations and charging out to the perimeter. He's playing with more confidence on the defensive end. He'll be all right.
Robin Lopez is checked in for Chicago. And then for Toronto, Ross is checked in for Sullinger. DeRozan comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Lowry in for Joseph. Good on the second free throw. Well, we see it every year, and recently it's as bad as ever, Steve. What do you think about the coaching turnover rate in the league?
You know, Kevin, I don't like it. I mean, you have coaches change from style to style, and then after 2 years, a guy is gone. He got to give him a chance to be able to implement his style and get a chance to get a camaraderie with his players. It's too much right now.
Now here's Carroll. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. DeRozan passes to Lowry. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
Like the way that Valanciunas worked his way to the line on that shot. Never let the defender get comfortable.
And he makes the first. Second free throw, no good. Chicago leading by 20. Here's Carter Williams. Connects from three-point range. Carter Williams has got 11 points here in just the second half. Raptors shooting 38% from the field. A pretty weak showing for them. Toronto calls timeout.
Yeah, can't be pleased with all these easy looks they continue to give up there in the paint.
The opposition is just having their way with them down low, and he wants to put a stop to that.
Steve, as a player, how often did you go into a situation knowing that you might get a technical foul called on you for saying something to a ref?
You know, a lot of times, Kevin, I went into a referee understanding the game and saying, hey, the momentum right now needs to slow down. Sometimes I get a tech because you kind of have some outbursts, but sometimes I tell the referee, I need a tech right now. Just give me one. Without even really saying anything wrong.
And would they give it to you?
Yeah, sometimes. If not, you know, I'll just say a few choice words, and then you'll get one.
Good. Tell me that when we get off the air, okay? Thanks. And the Raptors making a change here. Sullinger's checked in. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. Here's Lowry. Three-pointer. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Gibson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Gibson the screen. Here's Carter Williams. Tries again. It's deflected, and they'll keep possession. Pass to Zipser. Feeds it to Butler. Pass to Zipser. Outside Gibson. Kicks it to Butler. Just 5 on the clock. 1:35 left in the fourth quarter. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Outside Gibson. The pass to Zipser. Butler dishes to Carter Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Carter Williams has got 12 now in this quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Bulls.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad. And what a huge standout performance it was for Lopez.
He took up a lot of space under the boards tonight, guys. He had it in his mind that every missed shot was going to be his. And he went out there and got those rebounds, a strong effort on the glass. DeMar DeRozan has turned the corner from being a guy who helps with the scoring load to a guy who can carry the scoring load. Has a lot of ways to put up points on the board.
And Steve, for DeRozan and his scoring impact, not only have his points gone up, but he's scoring at a more efficient rate, not just a volume shooter anymore.
Well, started off as a slasher. Now he's a guy comfortable in the mid-range, handling the basketball, getting to the free throw line. It is scary if he can add the 3-ball.
DeMar DeRozan hits them both.
Love how DeRozan has grown as a player, as a leader of this team, and he's done a great job learning how to get to the line more frequently.
Now here's Rondo. 32 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Mirotic's shot is off. And here's Toronto. Powell kicks to Lowry. The feed to DeRozan. Up top, Sellinger. Passes it to Lowry. Lays it up and banks it in.
They clearly look like a different team now. Suddenly, they've got some energy out on the floor.
They just waited too long. If they could have just made this run a little bit earlier, they could have been in the game. But now this game is out of reach.
Outside Rondo. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Robin Lopez. I'll tell you what, his season high in points powered everything they did. Clearly, he was the catalyst tonight as they come away with the well-deserved W.
He took it upon himself to dominate the glass tonight, fellas, and that's exactly what he did. He finished with a grand total of 19 rebounds. With him out there working as hard as he was on the glass, his teammates had to fall in line.
Listen, he played some hard-charging basketball tonight, fellas. He didn't need an invitation to the party. He was going to bum rush the door. Some guys just hang out on the outside of the party, but not him. He said, no, I'm not just going to hang on the perimeter. I'm getting to the hole, baby.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for For Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business, this is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.